Which verse in 119?
Psalms 119 and verse 142.
142?
Chapter, Psalms chapter is 119,
Uh-huh.
and the verse in that chapter is 142.
Okay, tawada. Psalms 119, verse 142. Psalms 119 and verse 142 tells us, your righteousness is righteousness forever, and your Torah is truth. Just the one verse, right?
Yeah, that's the only verse that's saying. So the truth is the Torah.
Mm-hmm.
The law.
The law. That's the truth, right?
Yeah, I'm actually in the King James it says thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness and thy law is the truth.
That's right. So when you come over to John chapter 18, let's start from verse 37.
John 18 from verse 37.
Target is 38.
And what now?
18, 37 to 38. John chapter 18, starting from verse 37, tells us, then Pilatus said to him, you are a sovereign then. Yahushai answered, you say, because I am a sovereign. For this I was born, and for this I have come into the world, that I should be a witness to the truth. Everyone who is of the truth hears my voice.
Say it again.
Everyone who is of the truth hears my voice.
Keep going.
Pilatus said to him, what is truth? And when he had said this, he went out again to the Yehudim and said to them, I find no guilt in him.
Wait a minute. Hold that back. When the question was asked, are you a sovereign? Well, you said it. He responded to that. And I come to testify of the truth. And everyone, well, let me read it better. Everyone who is of the truth hears my voice. That's what Yahushua said. No Pilate asked. What is truth? What was Yahushua's response?
Nada. Silence.
Nada. Said nothing to him. Because if you're of the truth,
You would know.
you wouldn't need to ask. It doesn't belong to you.
No, Mr. Christian man, Jesus is for everybody.
Yeah. Tell that to Pilate. Oh, you were forced. No, you were forced, Yahushua. You were forced this Jesus to say something. You need to say something, Jesus. That man there needs salvation. Tell him something. Tell him thing. Who will force Jesus? I'll die anyway. Everyone who is of me will hear my voice. You is a dead man. Pilate is a dead man. That's it. Ain't no truth for him. So who's gonna convince me that Yahushua came for everybody? This Bible don't tell me that. And if you belong to Yahushua, you will hear his voice. I ain't got to force nobody. It's up to you. You see that? So nobody can find a response for Yahushua to this man with that. And I would think if you standing before the word
The Word of God. The Word of God that became flesh came to the earth, and you stand before the mighty Word. I would think that the Creator, the Word Himself, would declare the deepest truth to the man that asks, his very creation.
My God, what is truth?
The Word's supposed to float in the air and say, this is the truth. Boom! And reveal all these secrets into him.
And when this man come out of that room, come out more than Moses, my son. Moses talked to a burning bush, but this man talked to the living word. This man's supposed to come out looking, practically floating, and Pilate was supposed to tell the man,
He will be let free because he is the Word of God. And turn around stiff. What? God, he has been before the Word.
that happened? No, boss. None of that stuff happened. Because the word didn't tell him a thing. Okay? That's the reality. So all of that stuff they're doing is a whole bunch of junk and mockery. You don't have a clue what they're doing. So if you participate in that, you can just know for yourself. I participated in mockery. And you sit there. Know to yourself. I am lying to myself. This is God up there. Caesar Borgia. But I really want this. Because this is right. Just say, I am intentionally gonna lie to myself.
Yeah.
Just say that, okay? Just say it. Because anything you do, you can't back it up. You can't back it up historically, you can't back it up scripturally. So just know, you are intentionally going against the word of the Most High Yahweh, and you are intentionally practicing paganism, and you are intentionally deceiving yourself. That's just the truth. Anything else?
Yes. Okay. So, next question is, so I was thinking about like birthdays, and you could tell someone happy birthday without it being a celebration. Like, because to celebrate something would be to create an event out of it. But if it's someone's birthday, you just tell them happy birthday. Isn't that just telling them like I'm glad you're still alive, or I'm glad you made it through another year?
Wait. You wasn't happy they was alive the day before? This day come? You wasn't happy they was alive? So if their birthday is on Friday, you're not happy they're alive on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, until that Friday comes. Yeah, I'm happy you're alive. I'm happy you're alive every single day. So, but what makes this day so special now?
Because it's the day that you were born. It's the day that your life started.
That's not the day you were born. That's the date.
Yeah, the date.
Date. The date. And when you're celebrating this particular date, what tends to happen?
Like, what do you do for a celebration?
Well, this person's birth date. What do we do for this person in this special birth date? Not birthday. Because we surely can't go back to the day this person was born. So, but this particular date,
Everything for them.
what is it?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were.
What is it that we do on this birth date?
You make a cake and you give them presents and you have a party.
Have a party for who?
For the person. Who's...
And what else?
Celebration.
You celebrate them.
And you celebrating who?
The person whose day they were born.
Whose day it is?
Uh-huh.
That particular date.
Uh-huh.
What else?
You have everyone over to celebrate with you.
Worship.
What else?
You worship them? Yes.
Me no, I asking, me no, I ain't telling you nothing, you know. I'm asking.
I thought you were asking everybody.
I'm just asking what else does this person,
Well,
what else do you do for this person on this particular day?
You I feel like that's kind of it. You give them a party, you give them gifts, you I don't know, you kind of
Burnt
like
offering.
move around them a different way. Like, oh, if it's your birthday, you don't have to wash dishes, you don't have to vacuum the rug. Like you kind of get like a, I don't know, the day's like
So
a,
the day is theirs then.
yeah,
The day is theirs.
yeah.
And they
Because,
created that day.
no.
So how is the day theirs?
Well, I guess it's not actually theirs.
Yeah, I don't think so. So how come they gain all this praise? Did Yahweh get any praise anytime in that day? Did Yahweh, the creator of the day, who created the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh day, did he get a praise within that day that you're celebrating this person on that particular date on that day? Did Yahweh get a praise?
No,
Did Yahweh get the gifts?
no,
Did Yahweh get the celebration?
no,
And the gathering of the people? Hey. Yahweh. Did Yahweh get it?
no.
So who's getting the praise for that day?
The person.
The person. So that person becomes what? The God for that day. The God for that day, based on a date. And the Most High who created every day is forgotten. Bet you nobody go and send somebody good. Hey, let's give thanks to the Most High. Who's the Most High? Me, no, but we giving thanks. At least they're trying to show a thing, but they ain't showing a thing. At least, even if the man didn't know the name of Yahweh, even if they didn't know who the true power of power is, at least they're saying, we're going to give thanks to the one who gave us this day and give you spirit life so you could see another day. Not even that, boss. Not even that. What you got? Hey, it's special day. Hey, you don't have to wash dishes, you know. Hey, you don't have to mow the lawn, you know. Hey, have a seat, man. Take it easy. Hey. Greetings, greetings.
How you doing? Thank you for coming and
Yeah, she have something. She said, all right.
yeah.
So at least for this particular day, you know what everybody get annually? A day to be a god. And everybody prostrate and do festivals around them because you see, when you celebrate your deity, we celebrate him. Celebrate them. Everything is special for our deity. But hey, suppose we come up with something that each one of us will be worshipped every year. That's a good idea, you know. At least every single one of us can be a god for the day. And we all will receive gifts. If we're in debt and can't buy a gift for ourselves, at least other people will be bringing these gifts. And I will leave out of this place loaded. And so every year, you get celebrated like a god. And you could just be there. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! And gifts coming back and check you out. And gifts piling up, boy, and check yours. I wonder what's inside of that one, boy. Ooh, that's going to be a really expensive one, boy. Oh, bring that little party thing there. I got me a cheap thing. Need to bring a big gift. That could be the most expensive gift and that little small thing than that. Okay. That could be some big tray and that could be some diamonds in that. Who knows? But you're there like a god. And everybody bringing gifts to you like you're the Christmas tree. Eh? Think about it, boss. Everybody is a deity for the year. That's a good idea. If I was a pagan, I would take it up too. I would want to be worshipped. And if we all can receive a worship for the day, every year, I look forward to my birthday. Because I wonder who will bring me the Rolls Royce. And if you don't bring me the Rolls Royce, boy, make it to I make you feel guilty until you buy it. Because I can't afford it. But when the birthday comes, you know that's a special day. And when it's a special day for you, that means they have to provide it. You see? You see that same tactic is being used by the pastors there. The man say, what? You know, what Pastor Dollar, what you name, Creflo Dollar? What is wrong with getting a jet? The man of God got to fly here and there. And you know, yes, I have a jet already, but that one is getting old. You gotta get this new brand new spanking Learjet 2000 ZX version. But the man got to go here and there. You see, Pastor could do that blatantly, but we could do it, we could get that every year. You get it every Sunday. Every Wednesday too. We're meeting, manga collections. But we could get it every year. We could be deities every year. That's all you be, a little deity, a little demigod every year. What's wrong with it? Because you ain't celebrating the Most High Yahweh. You're celebrating self. That's like from the beginning. There you eat of it. You shall be like who? Like Allah I am, as they would say in their term. You will be like God. That's from the very beginning, boss. Let's do it on the slide. Let's just say it's you having birthday. That we're celebrating your birthday. Okay? Kill the fatted calf. And let me celebrate his birthday. But I ain't the day you bad. That's the date. Just like Christmas, you celebrate on the date. So that's an annual thing. Just like Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, birthday. Just include that with all those other pagan rituals. Just include it because it is.
So who started the birthday?
Huh?
Who started the celebration of birthday?
Oh, good question, because I can't remember that, but we see from scripture. See, it's not a matter of who started, but is it a practice that should be done? You see that from scripture in the book of Job, right? In the book of Job.
And how do people acknowledge how old they are? Because they say people age if they didn't know the date.
Well, the problem is not so much the date, it's the celebration of is what we're talking about. You could know how old you are.
Wait. So we don't, whoa, I'm trying to understand this. If we don't have the celebration, the person wouldn't know how old they are. Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know what
We need to have people, hey, happy birthday! What?
No.
I turned 50 today.
Right.
That's how that goes?
What year or the year you were on? Because it seemed like the dates was different back then.
So
How they kept calendar year to know how old someone was.
So you're saying,
I didn't say that to celebrate it. I'm just
no, yeah, you're asking a question, so I'm trying to gather and grasp your question, because you mentioned that they celebrate, that they have different calendars before,
Well,
and now we're celebrating under some other calendar.
well, you did say that, remember?
I did say that? What did I say?
That the dates, the calendar year did not coincide with.
When did I say that?
One of these.
My P, I know I didn't say that today. When did I say that?
Not today.
Oh, come on. I got him. But okay, you wanna have issue with the calendar? Whether we're under the Julian, the Gregorian, or the Babylonian calendar. Oh, you see? Now you see? See, now we talking, now you're going into. Well, you see, the thing is, they change date, they can't change date.
Right.
But you see, they change date and move date up. If when they change, if today was Monday, and today was the 14th, and the next day is supposed to be the 15th, which is a Tuesday, they will do something like this. The 15th, instead of being Tuesday, they move it to the Friday. Skip some days, change, but you didn't change the date. You just moved the date up to a certain date. So that's how you could play with date. See, remember I said date? People, they could play with date, but they can't play with date.
Well, how were they able to keep track of how old they were back then?
No, you could keep track based on the calendar that you were born under.
They had
If you're born under the Gregorian, then you follow under the Gregorian, which I think that's what we're under right now. Okay? But everybody in the world isn't under the Gregorian, just to let you know that. But you were born under the Gregorian.
I'm talking about back in biblical.
No, don't worry about back in biblical time, because even back in biblical time, when Yahweh brought them out of Mitzrayim, Yahweh told them, from now will be your beginning of months.
Yes.
So they switched from the months or from the timeline of the Mitzrites to Yahweh's timeline, started with the month of Abayam. So it's not important as to, well, who's under who's time. No. If you're born under the Gregorian, then you go according to this timeline. You don't try and switch and go under the Babylonian now, because you got it. You under the Gregorian. Okay, deal with where you're at. But when Yahweh brought his people out, he says, you're no longer going to go under the timeline of the Mitzrites. Now, this is the beginning of months for you. And that you can see that in where we can find that in Exodus.
Exodus, yes.
So-
Exodus chapter 1.
Different nations had different calendars.
Is it 12 then?
Yeah. Well, not in certain areas go under their own calendars. Not everybody goes under this Gregorian.
Really?
Really?
I thought everyone went under the Gregorian calendar.
Yeah, 12.
Well, you think the Chinese go under the Gregorian?
Oh, they have like the Chinese.
Yeah.
The
And
okay.
the Japanese is a day ahead.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
What's happening?
Yeah.
12.
'Cause they have like Chinese New Year.
Exodus 12.
Yeah, they have their New Year there. And for us, right, our New Year for the Yashraelites wouldn't be starting at winter time. It would be starting when things start to bloom and come alive. March, April, around that time, right? When things come alive, that's the actual New Year. But under this system, we have a New Year in the time when things dumb and dead. Winter. Right? Nah, that's backwards. Okay, well, where is that?
Exodus 12.
Exodus chapter 12, okay, tell me. Okay, if you can read that for me.
Exodus chapter 12, starting from verse 1. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe and to Aharon in the land of Mitzrayim, saying, This month is the beginning of months for you. It is the first month of the year for you.
So that means whatever you were going under before, that's done with. This is the beginning of months for you. Okay? So that's how that goes. So everybody can go under their own thing. But that's for Yashraelites. We're supposed to go under our powers of powers timeline. Right? So, but for those who want to know about the age and this and that, see, that's the problem too. When you start counting yourself, you start counting yourself up, you start saying, boy, I done hit 50, I have 100, boy, I reach in the pinnacle, I come into the end. That's foolishness, foolishness. Because you know what we start doing?
When an expiration date and
Expiration date, and therefore, the things that you used to do when you're younger, you stop doing it when you're older. I used to dress up nice, I used to look nice. Now I'm old. I think important now, mommy old.
Yeah.
Because you tell yourself you're old.
Thank you.
You telling yourself you're old because you're going by this what? Birthday, happy birthday to you. How old are you now? How old are you now? How old are you now? Happy birthday to you. And then we keep imprinting that in our mind, in our psyche. So then when we leave out, boy, I'm not that old. Wait, when you came in, you didn't have that creak in your back. No, I get that creak. Now I'm 51, I was 50, but now I'm 51 now. All of a sudden, hey, that's how I tell you now, you have to be your age now. Because everybody's telling me, I am 56 years old. And all of a sudden you move in decrepit. Foolishness. All that has been taught to us.
Yes.
I'm falling for it. See? I talked to a young lady and I'm walking around. I asked her how old. She asked me how old I think she is. I said, 35. She said, oh, no, I'm 40. Well, how old do you think I am? Ah, you're 30, 35. No, 50. Well, I was supposed to say 51. I think you corrected me. I'm 52. No, man, I think I tell her no, I'm 51.
No, I didn't say 52. I said, I know 51. I tell him when he reach home. But she said 52, so she must be his mother.
I thought that was 50.
51.
I guess I'm
My son was
51.
on 71 too, so I thought.
What you said?
My son was on 71.
Okay.
Based on the months. And also,
Hey!
Yeah, month apart.
Yeah, he could be a month ahead of me.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. No, we under the Gregorian. No.
So you're going on 52.
Oh! So when I told her I was 50.
Yeah.
What are you eating?
Yeah.
Most high preservation. See, because I don't go by the numbers. I don't go by the, as a matter of fact, I don't even know my age. I don't have to ask. How old I be? How old I be, mommy says you don't know. I have to do the calculation all of a sudden. See, that's how I have to find out this Gregorian age. But I don't go by the age. See, every day I get up and celebrate every day by living a good, prosperous, stress-free, healthy life.
Yeah.
Every day. And every day I see my mom, my brethren, and everybody. But after every day. So I don't need to have to wait for some annual thing to say, oh, you be now.
Well, you're 52 years young.
You don't have to say young. You don't have to say young.
Okay, you're 52.
You don't have to say young. See, we never watch when a child young, we
Yes.
never tell a child, oh, you 2 years old young.
Yes.
Never do that. We do that after you reach a certain age.
Yeah.
Yeah? When you think they old, you don't want to use the word young.
So you just say 52.
Yeah, exactly. See, all of that psychological babbly
Yeah.
I checking out, you know.
Yes.
Only when you reach a certain age, what? Sweet 16 young. You never do that. Sweet 16, you're just sweet 16. But when you start hitting your 50s, man, you're 50-year-old young. Wait, how come you adding in this word young? Is it because you're really saying I old? Yes, because you're saying I old. You don't try to cover it and smooth it off with the word young. Let's get over that, man. So hey, that's what that is with that birthday thing. You're a little god for the day.
Okay. What about like anniversaries, where it's not really like a celebration of like
The
one
union.
person? Yeah. Is that still
Anniversary
that?
for marriage.
Yeah, for marriage. Yeah.
Uh,
Like if you wanted to do something nice for your wife on your anniversary, is that bad, or should you wait a day, or should you not do it at all, or?
and the anniversary is to celebrate the union.
So is that okay?
And that union is based on what?
The union is based on, I mean, the union between you and the other person, like your marriage,
And the institution of marriage came from where?
from Yahweh.
So when that celebration is given, any celebration without Yahweh is a no-no. Any celebration without the Creator, see, because you are celebrating the creature, but not the Creator. See, we love the creature more than the Creator. My wife, boy, you say her, she looks so nice, boy. Celebrate that. We've been married 35 years now. And celebrate and having a good anniversary. And we cut the Creator right out. The very one who created the institution of marriage is cut right out because we celebrated self. Celebration of self again, not a deifying of selves. And of course, that's what we tend to do. Deify selves. We some selfish people, boss. But the Creator, who's supposed to be the one getting all the celebration, because that's what he says, seek me first, and everything else shall be added. See, but we don't seek Yahweh first, we seek self first. We are always about self.
Yep.
Check out all these celebrations, it's about yourself. Y'all don't get no praise and that you and your wife are doing.
Are we going to Cancun? We're going to Mexico. We're going to Italy. We're going to go in that boat and float in that poop water. Picaro! My son, Picaro!
And you're in that poop water just floating. Don't fall over in that poop water. You're romantic, my foot. Okay? Romantic, my foot. You're taking a trail in septic water. Okay? But Yahweh don't get the praise, man. So it wouldn't be good. It's when Yahweh gets the praise first. And then you celebrate your union based on what Yahweh has given you. Then I would say that's a good celebration. But when you're going Yom, because we're going into Yom with this birthday thing, right?
Job chapter 1.
Is one? What? Okay.
Very close.
You hear it there?
1187. 87 for you.
Yeah.
We're going to start from down below.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
Start from verse 1.
Okay. Job chapter 1, starting from verse 1. And it tells us, there was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and straight, and one who revered Elohim, and turned aside from evil. And 7 sons and 3 daughters were born to him. And his possessions were 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 female donkeys, and a very large body of servants, so that this man was the greatest of all the people of the east. And his sons went and had a feast in the house of each on his day.
You hear what the sons them do? His sons went and had a feast in the house of each on his day. Whose day? Their day. Their day. Go ahead and read it out.
And sent and invited their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them.
You hear that? When they having their day. Not your their day. Invite our sisters so we could eat and drink and have a good time. Okay, so what the father would do now? Go ahead and read it out.
And it came to be, when the days of feasting had gone round, that Job would send and kadash them. And he would rise early in the morning and offer burnt offerings, the number of them all.
What going on, yo? What you offering burnt offerings for? That man ain't doing nothing wrong. That man just having their day, their birthday. Nothing wrong with that, yo. Man, I tell you. What going through your mind, yo? What going through your mind? Let me see what going through your mind.
For Job said,
What Job say?
it might be that my sons have sinned and cursed Elohim in their hearts.
You hear that? See his fear?
Yes.
It might be that my sons have cursed Elohim in their hearts. Because when you have your day, Elohim is not even thought about. Why? Because it's your day. It's all about me, myself, and I. It's my me, myself, and I. It's just me, myself, and I. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is fairest of them all? It's just me, you call me Chris. No one can ever do this. Bam! No No one like me, boy.
Why did you feed that boy today? Yes. Miss?
Rice.
Yeah, that's why Job was concerned. Cause he cursing Yahweh in the heart. And guess what you're doing when you ain't giving Yahweh any praise for that day. Yeah, you cursing him already, you ignoring him. He's nothing to you. Okay, let's finish up reading this thing.
This Job always did.
What? He always do it. You don't miss when they come around. Go ahead and read that.
And the day came to be that the sons of Elohim.
Okay, we could stop right there. So I'm just showing you from the scriptures, when the birthday come around, as they call it, you have the righteous man Job worried and giving burnt offerings. Maybe the cursing Yahweh in the heart. Yahweh, punish them. Don't forsake them. Oh, you don't want to read on what happened to them man, you know? Eh? You don't want to know what happened to them man, you know? But we will leave it right there. Let's leave it right there. Go ahead. Any more questions?
Yes. Okay. So the other day, or just yesterday, my mom asked if I wanted to go out to eat with her and her friend. And I was going to, because I'm not the one paying for it, so I figured it wouldn't be against the Sabbath.
That was good. Oh, wait.
I said it wouldn't be against the Sabbath because I'm not paying for it.
I can't. To go out to eat when?
Yes, last night.
Last night.
But Papa said, no,
you
that's
didn't,
not
you,
good.
You didn't pay, but somebody paid.
Yeah, someone else would have paid.
And so.
And my mom is white, so she's not Israelite, so it's not like she's breaking Sabbath.
Well, when I'll tell you this much, when everybody will have to serve under Yahweh's laws, the same way how we black, but we have to serve under Yahweh's, under these people's laws.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to serve under the Most High laws because there's one law for everyone. There's no two laws for no one. Eventually, all nations have to serve under Yahshua.
Mm-hmm.
So, really and truly, there's really no excuse for that. But let's say, okay, according to what you're saying, you didn't break the Sabbath because I'm not the one paying. But you're pretty much encouraging someone else to break the Shabbat, right? Because there is no correction to the action being done for that timeline. And then when you go out, you have somebody else paying, you're enjoying the meal that they paid for, and then someone have to serve you, right? Unless the food starts floating to you. Yeah? The food start cooking itself.
See, nobody walking in there. Here's a Shabbat, son.
Nobody cooking, just food just start tossing and cooking.
Wow, so this is Shabbat. This is what you call Shabbat cooking. Nobody have to do nothing. Food just start cooking. And we just watch it. And when food don't cook, food serving itself. In the plate. Drink start filling. And we watch like, there's my piece. I should always eat out of the Shabbat, man. Me never know this will happen. And then food start floating to the table. Ooh. Ooh. You see that? This is Shabbat. That's Shabbat service, boss. No, that don't work. That don't work, boss. No, you don't go out. You leave that alone. And listen, Mom, today is Shabbat. What's that? Then that's when you teach her.
Yes.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Because she ain't gonna know what you're talking about. You listen, you join some cult. Well, that's how I gotta save you from that cult. Sprinkle some holy water on you. But you gotta sprinkle the truth on her.
Yes.
To correct certain practices and pagan rituals and breaking of Yahweh Shabbat. No, you just simply say, no, respectfully, no, I'm gonna keep the Shabbat. I'm learning some stuff and I need to respect. respect the word of the Most High Yahweh.
What is this you're saying?
Yahweh.
What is that? He's talking all these things, different things. Don't know what he's saying.
That's when you have to now educate. You see? It's not just saying things and just doing things. No. The people who are around you, you must educate them. Because you're likewise saving them from the deception and lies that we're all encompassed in. Because I know you wouldn't want your mom to remain in the state of deception and lies that has been taught to her along with us.
I figured that it wouldn't really make sense for me to try too hard to tell her too much because she's going to be destroyed anyway. I thought that's kind of how that went.
Who said that? Like an immediate destruction?
Sorry?
Is it an immediate destruction?
No, it's not immediate.
What kind of destroy? Because let me share this. Everyone is able to have a chance to be. The word is chaya, which means to be preserved. And to be preserved meaning that if you make it right with Yashua, it's not an immediate destruction unless you want to be our enemy. It's like with the United States today. When the United States go to another person's country, and these thieving people want to take your resources, they come with slick, hey, we're friends, we're top business, we're gonna make a deal, and we get 90%, you get 10%. This is my resources. See, they come in peace. They want 90, US want 90, they give you 10% of your own resources, right? Well, they're in peace, right? They can kill you immediately. It's when you say, nah, you're not stupidness. All right, Frank. We'll see you next time. That's when the bombs come. Okay? That's when the bombs come and they kill everybody. Man, woman, child, husband, wife, single, whatever you are. Bomb you all and then take your resources. See, it's always in the scriptures when we say peace first. We don't destroy immediately, no. Peace first. We come and we bring the good news of we being raised up as a nation, and then whether you as a person from the other nation accept it. If you accept it, praise the Most High Yahweh, hey, come amongst us. But if you don't accept it, and you say, no, that will never happen, we don't care to hear about that, fight against you, then your destruction is for you. So you can't immediately say, no, it's not. No, that's not true. That's not true. I don't teach that. I don't believe that. No, that's not what the scripture says.
I thought the scripture said something about the book being only for the Israelites.
Yeah, it is for the Israelites, yes.
But only for. So it can't be only for if they can get something from it.
No. When you say it's salvation is only for the Israelites. It's not. There is nothing in here for the people of the other nations. For instance, watch this now. Let's go to 1 Kings, right? And let's hear what the good king will say now. Go to 1 Kings chapter 1, verse. Okay, let's start from let's read verse 8 first.
Alright. That's 5.
To show you
5:43
who is the one praying, right?
First King.
Yes.
Yes.
1 Kings chapter 8, start from verse 1. We're not going to read the whole prayer, just let you know where it starts, and then we're going to skip and go to where I want to take you to. And you're going to see something, right?
Alright, 1 Kings chapter 1, starting from verse 1. And sovereign David was old.
First Kings.
Yeah, 1 Kings.
No,
1 Kings.
It's 1 Kings chapter 8.
Chapter 1, verse 8.
First King.
I hear 1 too.
I hear 1, 8. Sorry.
Well, you gotta
So it's
know.
chapter
I know
eight.
where he's going.
Yeah.
well, my mistake if I mistake.
I know where he's going. He's going to the prayer of Solomon.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that, but
Alright, so 1 Kings chapter 8, starting from verse 1. Alright. And it tells us, then Shalomo assembled the elders of Yashrael and all the heads of the tribes, the chief fathers of the children of Yashrael, to sovereign Shalomo in Jerusalem, to bring up the ark of the covenant of Yahweh from the city of David, which is Zion.
Let's go to verse 12.
Verse 12. And Shalomo said, Yahweh has said he would dwell in the dense cloud. I have indeed built you an exalted house, an established place for you to dwell in forever. And the sovereign turned around and baraked all the assembly of Yashrael, while all the assembly of Yashrael was standing.
Okay, go to verse 25.
Verse 25. And now Yahweh, Elohim of Yashrael, guard what you promised your servant David, my father, saying, there is not to seize a man of yours before me, sitting on the throne of Yashrael, only if your sons guard their way to walk before me as you have walked before me.
Go to verse 33.
Verse 33. When your people Yashrael are smitten before an enemy, because they have sinned against you, and they shall turn back to you and confess your name, and pray and make supplication to you in this house, then hear in the Shamayim and forgive the sin of your people Yashrael.
Okay, go to 37.
Verse 37. When there is scarcity of food in the land, when there is pestilence, blight, mildew, locusts, grasshoppers, when their enemy distresses them in the land of their cities, any plague, any sickness, whatever prayer, whatever supplication by anyone of all your people Yashrael, each knowing the plague of his own heart, and shall spread out his hands toward this house, then here in the Shamayim, your dwelling place, and forgive and act, and render unto everyone according to all his ways, whose heart you know, because you alone know the hearts of all the sons of men,
Keep on.
so that they revere you all the days that they live in the land which you gave to our fathers.
No, that's for Yashrael. Right? When you go to you say your people Yashrael. Okay? Now let's go to 41 now.
Verse 41,
Also
concerning a foreigner,
concerning a who?
a foreigner
A foreigner, go ahead.
who is not
Who is not
of your people Yashrael,
Yashrael. What about them? Go ahead, read that.
but has come from a far land for your name's sake. Since they hear of your great name and your strong hand and your outstretched arm, and he shall come and pray toward this house, here in the Shamayim, your dwelling place, and do according to all for which the foreigner calls to you.
Wait a minute. What he's asking you what to do?
Here in the Shamayim, your dwelling place, and to do according to all for which the foreigner calls to you.
So Yahweh here in your dwelling place, and not only here, but do all that the foreigner is asking of you. Right? Keep reading that.
For which the foreigner calls to you, so that all peoples of the earth,
So that what?
all peoples of the earth know your name
Uh-huh.
and revere you,
You see that? Go ahead.
as do your people Yashwa'al,
They need to know Yahweh as his people, Yahshua. I'll keep reading that.
and know that this house which I have built is called by your name.
So they're supposed to know the name of Yahweh too. Okay? So I have never thought that peoples of the other nations cannot get to know Yahweh. I have never thought that. I have never thought that they will immediately be destroyed. No, that's not true. That is not true. They must be afforded the opportunity whether they would accept or reject. If they accept, Yahweh, hear their prayer.
Yeah.
Do all that they ask.
When they respect
The people, they gotta respect Yahshua.
Most def.
But if they don't respect Yahshua and they disrespect Yahweh's people, but just know with that disrespect, they will get destroyed. Okay? So it's not well, so you guys slaughter everybody. Not that. Nah, not like that.
Okay.
Alright. So I hope that brings comfort to you.
Yeah.
Okay, very
Yeah,
good.
I think so. Yeah.
Very good. Anything else?
Yes. So, shoot, I just had it, you know. Those like two more.
Two more.
Yeah, those two more. I know I had a bunch.
I told you to write them down.
Yeah, I should have wrote them down.
No, see how that works?
Yeah. But I had them. I had them for.
And then
I had them.
well,
Yeah,
now
but-
do you?
It's gone now. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about
maybe,
it.
maybe it's divinely cut from your power.
Yeah.
There's something else to deal with. Zapping. See, Yoba, that's how we go. That's the divine zap. Zap! So we go with something else. Knock them out. But no, I hope you remember so we can so we can knock it out one time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I remember one of the two. One of them was, how do you deal with your children not being able to celebrate birthdays? They're gonna be like around kids who celebrate their birthday, and they're not gonna get to go because it's, you know, a celebration of them. So how would you deal with that? Because a 6-year-old's not gonna understand that you shouldn't do it because Yahweh says it, or because it's like worship. It's like pagan worship. So how would you?
Yeah, they wouldn't understand.
I don't think they would understand. They're
You don't
6.
think?
They just want to hang out with their friends.
Sure if you're a child, or how come a child will know how to do this?
What's that?
That's twerking, Mr. Cole, twerking.
If that's his idea of twerking. Hey, I don't think he
Or the little child who said, a little baby in a crib said, the black man came and took the cookies to the mother.
In the crib.
Thank you.
Yeah. They know that.
Just do the cookies,
They know
just
that.
do the
They know that
cookies.
immediately. Right?
Yes.
Put the blame.
Yeah, they know how. You see, that's how you train your children. If you train your children a certain way, they will behave a certain way.
Yeah.
See, the reason why they know about birthdays is because you train them to know about that stuff. If you train them early, we don't deal with that stuff. You have created an environment that's all they know. So when somebody else doing something other than what they know, they're like, wow, that's weird.
Yes.
And somebody may want to encourage them and listen, I never grew up doing that stuff.
Right.
Right? And they may try and then tell you, okay, well, they will try and teach their doctrine. This is why we celebrate birthday. And then your child will say, well, this is why we don't celebrate it. So you have two opposing views. And let that happen. But if you already have this defeating idea that, oh, well, you see, how would they would be around people that celebrate birthday. Okay, I'm around people that use this foul language. That don't mean I do it.
True.
Right? I don't curse. I don't even know foul profanities, obscenities, and stuff like that. But people around me do it. Well, because they do it makes me do it?
No.
Absolutely not. That means you don't have a mind of your own. we gotta have a mind of our own and we gotta train up our children. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Yeah.
1166 for us. Well, 1167.
1173.
Okay, 1173 for you. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. 73. Chapter 22 and verse 6.
Yeah.
1173.
Yeah, read this thing.
And verse 6. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6 tells us, train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he turns not away from it.
That's what we're supposed to do. See that? What's the next question?
I lost that one. That one's gone.
Alright. When you get the next one, let me know. Even when you get it back before we finish, let me know so we can do it, alright?
Okay.
Alright. So okay now, we get the doozy here now, my son. Bring that thing with that what women not wearing that which pertaineth to a man and all this and that. Let me hear this thing now. How that go now?
22. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm Are we going to
Oh, you already have
327?
the other script, the other Bible written now? Oh, okay, sorry.
We're going to 22 and 5?
22 and 5. No, because you know,
Is that where we're going? I'm asking.
yeah. But
The Bible.
yeah. But it's Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5.
Actually, I just remembered the other question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So it says that if you know if you know Yahweh's will and you turn away from it, then there's no mercy for you, right? But could you turn back to it and then still receive mercy?
So if you know Yahweh's will
Yeah.
and turn away,
He's talking about Hebrews and Hebrews, I think it's 11:26. What was it? Where it says, if you know the truth and you decide to willfully sin, then there's no sacrifice for sin or something like that?
Yes. Yeah, that's what it says.
So, if you don't know, you don't know what you don't know. But once you've been told the truth, and you
Okay.
that's I think where we
Where
had
you
that
going?
conversation.
We have to go to Hebrews first because then I could show you where Dawud knew Yahweh's will. You know, you shouldn't commit adultery.
Right.
You know, you shouldn't murder.
Right.
But he committed adultery and he had the husband murdered.
Right.
He turned away from Yahweh's will, so to speak, when it talks about the commandments. But then he prayed to Yahweh to forgive him of his sins, and Yahweh did forgive him of his sins. Because remember, I told you, there are sins, and I showed it to you in the scriptures, there are sins that are not unto death, which is immediate death, but there are sins that are unto death. So we would definitely have to know which is the sin that's unto death and which is not unto death, that immediate death. Right? So it's not a matter of, well, if I turn away from Yahweh's will and then I know Yahweh's will and then I turn against it and then I come back, will I have any forgiveness? There is forgiveness if you walk away, like I said, Dawud did. He did the ultimate. Man went and sleep with another man's wife. That man also went and had that man killed. How much more walking away can Dawud do than that? However, when he asked for forgiveness, he did receive forgiveness, right? He was able to come back to Musa Yahweh However, he had to suffer the consequences of his actions. Right? So the consequences didn't change. He had to suffer those consequences. As a matter of fact, Yahweh said, this is what I'm going to do to you. Even though Dawa came back, everything wasn't the same, man. The sweet, peaceful house that he had before wasn't sweet, peaceful no more. Right? Sword never left his house. Rape never left his house. I always had problems from then on. Couldn't correct his sons properly. So he had problems from then on, but that didn't stop him from coming back to the Most High Yahweh. But that he and the judgment of death was over him, because when Nathan gave the story, the king says that man, the story about when a rich man came, the rich man had a guest, and rather than using his own lamb and flock that he had, because he's a rich man, he instead took the little lamb from this poor man's yard and slaughtered a poor man's thing for his to entertain his guests.
Yeah.
So when Dawad heard that story from Nathan, Dawad said, "Son, that man should be put to death. Bring that man here to me." And Nathan says, "You are that man." King started to buckle because he done made a death sentence. King's law, king's word is law. And the ultimate king said, "You are guilty." But he says, when Nathan tell him, "You shall not die, but the child that you're going to have, he shall surely die." So someone did that. And the child that Bathsheba was going to get, that child died. You understand? So a death did occur, but it was his child's death. You understand? But he himself personally did that.
What if that's just another case of Yahweh having mercy on whoever, like how he did with Moses? What if, like, just for the average person, it's done? Because David or Dawid is a very important figure in the history of the Israelites, along with Moshe. So, for instance, like if someone just like me, who's just a person, turned away from Yahweh's will and then decided to come back, am I going to get the same mercy?
A person is not that important that Yahweh can't slaughter them. And he would move to slaughter them, and it's when you repent. If you don't repent, you'll get slaughtered.
Yeah.
Look at Ahab. Ahab wasn't a worshiper of Yahweh. He knew Yahweh, he's a Yeshurite. Ahab was a wicked king. His wife was Jezebel, yo. And that man was wicked. But you see, the thing is, when Yahweh's word came to him, a wicked man, because that man had, what's Naboth, the field of Naboth. He wanted this man field. And the man tell him, man, this field been in my family for hundreds of years. And you can't have my field. And crying like a wuss. And his wife came, Jezebel came, what's going on? No, but don't want to sell his field to me. His wife said, "Hey, you ain't the king? And you doing it?" Listen, she just called, make the connection she get and say, "Listen, send out the word that Nabat speak evil against Yahweh." Word went out that Nabat blasphemed Yahweh. And people slaughter him. Wife went to praying, "You go and get your field, man." I could get a field. Man went to enjoy the field bass, walk into the field. Yeah, the word came to Edo. See the evil you do. Yahweh will do such and such to you. When that wicked king heard the words of the Most High Yahweh, you know what a wicked king do? I guess that's nature. Oh, I got slaughter here, you know. Well, you know what you want to tell the prophet? You want to see how that man humbled himself to me when he heard my word? Don't slaughter him. Make it fall on his sons. So even for the wicked, not because you're so important, because I know you would think that, but you want to see when you humble yourself to his word,
Yes.
even to a wicked king, that man will ease up on you, boss. You see, you want me to prove that in the scriptures too?
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay. Let's go to that wicked king I have, brother. Where is that?
That's still in First King.
First king, right?
I'm asking because that's when he came back from Egypt, right? So when Yahweh put him against Shlomo.
20.
No.
That's not that one.
No.
20.
Of which chapter?
No.
Of First
I have
Kings.
that. This is First Kings chapter 21.
21.
Was Jezebel also Israelite or was she foreigner?
So again,
Was Jezebel also an Israelite? Because she's like known for her wickedness.
for wickedness. That's a good question. I think she was a Yisraelite.
Oh, okay. It said Kamala. Something like that, I think.
Huh?
Okay, we'll see.
But you remember they don't have family names and stuff like
Right,
that.
right.
So you
Chapter
have to be
21.
careful with that. Start from chapter 1, start from verse 1.
Alright. First Kings chapter 21, starting from verse 1.
Let me just read this thing.
Alright. And it tells us, and it came to be after these events that Naboth the Israelite had a vineyard which was in Israel, near the palace of Ahab, the sovereign of Shamawan. And Ahab spoke to Naboth, saying, Give me your vineyard, and it shall be a vegetable garden for me, since it adjoins my house, and let me give you a better vineyard for it. If it is good in your eyes, let me give you its worth in silver. And Naboth said to Ahab, Far be it from me, by Yahweh, that I should give the inheritance of my fathers to you. And Ahab went into his house, embittered and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Israelite had spoken to him, when he said, I do not give you the inheritance of my fathers. And he lay down on his bed and turned away his face and did not eat food.
Where's it he cried?
Wait.
He didn't eat food.
My sis, see, that you see when you forget when you have children, the scripture tell you the man went and lay down on his bed. When children vex, what do? They don't go on. You think he went down on his bed and said, The man lay down in his bed, and it says he turned his face.
Yeah.
What are you turning his face for? When children vex, and they turn the face to the world. Can it vex? See, when we get old, we don't remember what youths do. And this man was childish in his actions.
Right.
And he went to bed, turned his face, and okay, you want food? Food. He ain't want to eat no food. And keep reading that, and you will hear what the wife will tell you.
And Isabel, his wife, came to him and said to him, Why is your spirit so embittered that you are not eating food? And he said to her, Because I spoke to Naboth the Israelite and said to him, Give me your vineyard for silver. or if you prefer, I give you another vineyard for it. But he answered, I do not give you my vineyard. So Isabel, his wife, said to him, do you now rule over Yashrael?
You hear what she asked him? Wait. You asked for a vineyard. He said, I ain't giving you the vineyard. She had to ask him, you're the one ruling over Yashrael. You's really the king. For you? He's a joker.
That means you could kill anybody and get there.
But if you's king, you do what you want. And she go show me what to do. Watch this. Go ahead.
Rise.
Watch her counsel now. Go ahead.
Rise up, eat food, and let your heart be glad.
Wait a minute. So if she's telling him, let your heart be glad, what was he before? Huh?
Sad.
Oh, thank you very much. So don't come with that. Don't come with that.
Sad and crying is two different things.
Ay.
You can be sad and not cry.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? So when you sad, what you do?
You just be sad.
What I look like? What's that look like? Go ahead, show me. What's that look like? No, that's not what sad look like. What's sad look like? What's sad look like?
Look like you're sad.
Yeah, you see? See,
You're not
sad,
ready, you're not
see,
ready.
sad is not a word. It's an expression. It's what comes over you.
You can pout.
Pout. Pout is when I'm not toy.
Push off my mouth.
That helicopter is mine. No, you can't open up pouting. Talk about the spirit of me. Sad. Sad, Jeremy. You can't even demonstrate what sad look like without being sad. Okay, if you're sad, tears will be coming to your eyes. Okay? Girl, roll me out.
Rise up, eat food, and let your heart be glad. Let me give you the vineyard of Nabat the Israelite.
You hear? The wife is the one gonna give the king the vineyard. You joker.
But you're not asking how.
No, he ain't asking her how, because she's the boss. She's the one who wear the pants in the house. That's why we come into Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. Alright? She's the one wearing the pants in the house of Okay? She ain't get that to zip down to pull out, you know. But she wearing the pants though. Okay, let's keep reading this thing.
Then she wrote letters in Ahab's name and sealed them with his seal.
You see? She needed his name and his seal. You see? And it's through his authority. That's right. Through his authority, this woman making the moves.
Yeah.
Right? Keep going on.
And sent the letters to the elders and the nobles who were dwelling in the city with Nabat. And she wrote in the letters, saying, proclaim a fast and seat Nabat at the head of the people.
Watch that be up, make it lifting you up big, my son. They proclaim a fast and bring you up like he's the head, like in child. Nabat like, wow, am I getting all this praise? Hey, God, watch out for them praises.
Yes.
You know? Now he's getting all this praises. Keep going here.
And seat 2 men, sons of Belial,
Yeah, wordless men.
before him to bear witness against him, saying, you have blasphemed Elohim and the sovereign. Then you shall take him out and stone him to death.
See, that's what the letter was sent bass.
That's her own law.
Lift him up, prop him up, to bring him down and kill him. That's what Jezebel did. Keep reading that.
And the men of his city, the elders and nobles who were inhabitants of his city, did as Isabel had said to them, as it was written in the letters which she had sent to them. They proclaimed a fast and seated Nabat at the head of the people.
I tell you about what for being praised, you know. Go ahead and read that.
And the men, sons of Belial, came in and sat before him. And the men of Belial witnessed against him.
Yeah? Imagine that man sit you at the chief seat for this celebration and check you out. Chief seat, my son. Nabat was like chief. And then the sons of Belial came and sit before him. Celebration, and then man. signal. You can start talking. The signal is a wink. I start talking, brother. This man was blaspheming the name of Allah. Eh? And Paul never like, what? Wait, hey, he also was speaking evil against the serpent. Before he could settle down, I'm like, take him off the chief seat and drag him outside and just stone him to death. That's what Paul knew about the pants boy. Drag him out, boss. Right? And let's keep reading this thing up.
And the men of Belial witnessed against him, against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth has blasphemed Elohim and the sovereign. So they took him outside the city and stoned him with stones, and he died. And they sent to Isabel, saying, Naboth has been stoned and is dead. And it came to be, when Isabel heard that Naboth had been stoned and was dead, that Isabel said to Ahab, Arise, take possession of the vineyard of Naboth the Israelite, which he refused to give to you for silver, for Naboth is not alive but dead. Continue. And it came to be, when Ahab heard that Naboth was dead, that Ahab rose to go down to take possession of the vineyard of Naboth the Israelite.
You see that? I mean, went down. Yeah, this is mine now. While he was celebrating. Let's see what happens next.
And the word of Yahweh came to Eliyahu the Tishbite, saying, Rise up, go down to meet Ahab, sovereign of Yashrael, who lives in Shamaran. See, he is in the vineyard of Naboth, where he has gone down to take possession of it. And you shall speak to him, saying, Thus said Yahweh, have you murdered and also taken possession? And you shall speak in the place where dogs licked the blood of Naboth. The dogs are going to lick your blood, even yours. And Ahab said to Eliyahu, Have you found me, O my enemy? And he answered, I have found you, because you have sold yourself to do evil in the eyes of Yahweh. See, I am bringing evil on you, and shall consume your descendants, and cut off from Ahab every male in Yashrael, both those shut up and those left at large, and make your house like the house of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, and like the house of Baasha, son of Ahiah, because of the provocation with which you have provoked me, and made Yashrael sin. Continue. And also of Jezebel, Yahweh has spoken, saying, The dogs are going to eat Jezebel by the wall of Yisrael. The dogs are going to eat whoever belongs to Ahab and dies in the city. And the birds of the Shamayim are going to eat whoever dies in the field. Indeed, there never was anyone like Ahab who sold himself to do evil in the eyes of Yahweh.
You heard that? Read that part again. Huh?
Indeed, there never was anyone like Ahab who sold himself to do evil in the eyes of Yahweh, because Isabel, his wife, stirred him up.
Better get a good wife. Keep going on.
Before we go, I think it was interesting that Ahab is a descendant of Edom, which has done pretty much the same thing with Jacob by selling his birthright, because he's a descendant of the last descendants of that, which...
Who's that?
Ahab? No?
A descendant of Edom?
Yeah, isn't he one from the ones who flee into Egypt? Ahab?
No.
He was the one that flee into Egypt and then came back. I'm mixing up the name.
Not this Ahab.
Not that one?
No.
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier. I thought that was the Ahab you were talking about.
Oh, no.
See that these guys have some of the same names.
Yeah.
Because he was filling the bill of, the Edomite being
Not this
Esau.
guy. Not this guy.